Welcome to episode 148 of the Horror Dads podcast. We are here to talk horror hotels. Jamie, what is up, my dude?
What is up, dude? We are going to discuss, I know we've discussed motels before. We're going to discuss hotels and motels today.
Yeah, this is going to be fun,
throwback.
Dude.
Even if we have talked about this before, it doesn't matter. It's been so long.
Yeah, we actually had a guest where we covered a
There
few.
You go.
I think we covered 3 films that he picked, and I don't know if any of them are even on this list, but
if they are, who cares?
It's all right. It's a new day.
We're doing it again.
So here's our format. We're going to cover 10 films. The only criteria is it's got to have a hotel or a motel.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about the film. We're going to talk a little bit about the actual hotel or motel that it's either based off of or that it was filmed in. It's going to be fun.
It will be fun. Hotels are always a like, I love going to hotels. Sometimes we'll just do a hotel, even in our hometown.
Yeah, we have
just
done
like
that
for
for
a
the
weekend.
kids. Yeah,
they can go swimming, and the winters are the best time to do that.
Dude.
Like continental breakfast, and
especially when there's a pool and kids can go mess around in the pool.
Yep,
without a doubt. So we're going to volley back and forth. As we discussed our last episode, we're going to firm up our format a little bit. Just a little bit more brevity. It seems like people gravitate more toward the episodes that stick to about an hour. So
tighten it up.
That will be the plan. So here's the deal. Before we get into it, dude, we've had some incredibly gracious listeners send us some stuff. Man, we do. We have the best listeners. So we have 2 specific listeners that have sent us some little gifties.
We do.
You want to cover the first one here, Jamie?
Yeah, we have our it's a listener and co-Instagrammer. He's an author, Bo Posky.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. He wrote this novel called The Silence at Ashboro, and he was gracious enough to send both John and I a copy. I have not gotten a chance to dig in yet, but I can't wait to. It looks like, the first sentence of the description is Silence at Ashboro is a beautiful or brutal, fast-paced horror thriller set in modern-day Ashboro, North Carolina. So it sounds intriguing. I've been to Ashboro. It's great.
Yeah. And Bo, I just got back from the Outer Banks, so I was down there with my family. So it's very relevant. Can't wait to check this out. Bo, thank you. Appreciate it, man. And we also
go pick up a copy of that as well.
From our buddy Granite Buffalo. He makes these incredible, I have a whiskey glass over there. He takes basically like bottles and he'll saw them in half with a wet saw and he'll make this incredible artwork out of it. So he'll do different drinkware and different things. So he made some new t-shirts. It says Granite Buffalo on the front, and on the back it says "Great Party, Isn't It?" And look at this design. It's sweet.
Love it. So cool.
Yeah, so cool. So we appreciate you, man. This is the second care package you sent us. So you sent Jamie and I each a shirt. You loaded us up with some stickers too, which is incredibly kind of you. So thank you, man.
Thanks,
Check out Granite Buffalo on Instagram.
Check them out.
It's one of those like skills where you're like,
it's like straight up craftsmanship.
I don't do anything of value. I just like talk shit about movies, and this guy's over here making things.
Yep.
So
thank
you, Bo, and thank you to Granite Buffalo. We appreciate you both. Jamie, anything cool you've been watching lately that you want to touch on before we jump into our episode?
It has been a minute. I have seen some things. I watched The Last House on Netflix. Have you seen this one yet? This is the one everyone's chatting about.
I did. Yeah, I actually forgot I watched it until you mentioned it.
I'd give it I watched it with my youngest and then my wife, and we both kind of all said the same thing, which was, it was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't hate
COVID
it.
era
I've seen
film,
a lot better. Very COVID feeling.
Yeah.
There were a lot of feelings of other films. You could say this is a mix of this and this. A little bit of Home Alone in there towards the end.
Got some vibes going.
It could have been a better film. I think there was a lot of issues that I had.
It was pretty.
The idea
pretty good.
was fine. It was worth I never at once said I need to shut this off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was into it the whole time. So
that
was The Last House. I did rewatch. I wanted to mention this just because I rewatched Smile 2.
Oh, yeah. All right. You don't have a smile on your face. Everything okay?
No, I just do not think that is not a rewatchable movie for me.
No, that's a heavy film, dude.
It's very heavy.
But it's heavy.
It's just a hard watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who wants to watch somebody just go through just the worst time in their life over and over again?
It's difficult. And the ending too, when you have somebody that it speaks to that culture of influence, right? And and responsibility that comes with being someone of influence.
Yeah, that nobody asks for. People are thrust into this position.
And they don't know what they're getting into. Like,
correct.
By the time they get there, it's more intense than they realize.
Too hard to handle. Like, this is a good time to bring up the untimely passing of Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
Which is just unbelievably sad and heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But that's a great example of these young child stars that are just thrust in this position. It's so much responsibility on their shoulders. It's hard to handle, and sometimes you look to other outlets. And this movie's a hard watch. That's why I wanted to bring it up. But another one that is a delight is Murder by Numbers.
With 2002. Julia Roberts?
No, it's Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
You're probably thinking of the right movie.
And Jimmy from...
Yes. You know who else? Who the other kid is?
No, not off the top of my head.
It's a very young, but still handsome as ever, Ryan Gosling.
Oh, yeah.
He's the other kid. Dude,
I don't think I've watched that movie since college.
I don't think I had. I put it on the other night to go to sleep.
Be a good double feature with Copycat.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
I put it on the other night to go to sleep. Found myself up at like 2 a.m. still watching this fucking movie. I was so enthralled. Just a great one. So if you haven't seen Murder by Numbers, it's streaming out there somewhere. So good. If you're into the 90s, early 2000s thrillers, man.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
That's a good one. So I also watched The Last House, right? That's what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Last House. I checked that out. Same sentiment. I thought it was fine, but...
it's like something happens with weather, right? It starts raining. They're in Seattle. It's like, here comes the rain.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't stop. It turns into...
Yeah,
it turns into I still know what you did last summer, but like their doors won't open, their windows won't open.
Yeah, it's a fun enough movie. I thought it was interesting direction. I thought it was shot really well. I thought the acting was good. I just there were a couple like notes in there that felt too familiar.
Right. And the tone was weird.
Yeah.
The mom, her performance was weird. It was perplexing to me.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning. It was like she just didn't give a shit about what was happening. I don't know. But I assume it was all written to be that way or directed to be that way, but it just felt a little off to me. I don't know.
It's that COVID era, I do think that's a movie we're going to look back on, and our grandkids are going to ask us questions like, hey, when the pandemic happened, and it's like, everyone reacted differently to
busting out the board games and
the DVDs. They had what, two?
Ooh, they had two. Annie
Air Force One
Air
and
Force
Annie.
One, yeah.
Which is hilarious. Like, so there were some fun details in there, but
I made the stupid joke that probably anyone who collects physical media said to their significant other, which is like, we wouldn't have that problem.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
Actually, we didn't have that problem.
My kids would be like, intruder again, Dad?
Yeah, again?
Yeah, you little fuckers.
So I also did rewatch Scream 4
Smile
and...
2?
No, not Smile 2, but I watched Scream 4 with the passing of Hayden Panettiere, as you mentioned. I just... this strange phenomena of us feeling like we know these individuals that are in things that we love. It's
feel
not
a connection, even though
and it's not whether it's right or wrong. I don't know, and I feel weird even bringing it up because it's horrifying. It's sad. This is a person that's younger than both you and I, and it's devastating to see that it happened. But
I feel like anything I say is not even remotely.
It's not. Yeah, there's not enough. We don't have any substance to add to this discussion.
No.
Other than it's a heartbreaker, and I felt the very least I could do was watch Scream 4, which she did a great job in, and I loved her performance in that. So
totally, yep.
I also did. I know we talked about this last go round, but for those that may have missed, I can't tout enough the Maximum Pleasure Guarantee series. Series.
Yep.
It was great. And I also did wrap up Cape Fear since we last connected. It wasn't finished
right
when we last recorded, but it is now. And I thought the end was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
That's sort of my take on it. And you mentioned Intruder.
Yes.
Which was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually just recorded an episode. We have been going live every Sunday on YouTube Live with our friends from the Alone in the Dark podcast. And this past weekend, we covered
Intruder,
dude. And that is the, what was it, 1989 that came out?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. but that movie is so good. If you have not seen Intruder, I know Jamie and I have beat the hell out of talking about it, but it's worth a watch. Please
Oh
do
my
yourself
God.
a favor.
Yeah.
Watch some
Just
Intruder.
buy it.
I did also get a chance to finally check out Hokum.
Oh yeah,
dude.
That's streaming on something?
It's available for video on demand rental. So I rented it when we were on vacation, actually, when we were in the Outer Banks.
Oh, nice.
I watched it with my my other nephew and niece and my other brother-in-law. And dude, splendid. Like, splendid. In fact, that would be a great film to have on this list. The only reason I didn't put it on this list is because I know you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So Hokum was excellent, though. Adam Scott showing off a little bit of range. Damn. I'm there for it, dude.
Funny you bring that up. Just like a week ago, I watched Caveat, which is from the same director.
Oh, how was it?
I'd seen Caveat before, but yeah, it's a good one.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's pretty scary.
Did Oddity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to check out.
Yeah, Caveat is it's like you have to watch it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same with all of his movies. Was it Damian McCarthy?
Yeah. Yeah.
He just has like it's a substance and a style that meets together where like you need to be watching it and absorbing what's happening to get the scares, right?
Yeah, it's like a vibe.
Yeah. So yeah, Caveat. If you haven't seen that one, you want to get? Should we check in here or what?
Dude, can we do early check-in?
Well, yes.
At a cost.
Yeah,
and it might be your life.
Might be a big toe.
A big toe
that you find in the ice machine.
All right, let's get at it. Let's go to our 10 horror hotels.
All right, so we each pick 5. There are some motels sprinkled in here, but this is going to be just some movies that have horrifying, scary, terrifying, frightening hotels or motels. Mostly, I wouldn't say just a scene. I would say most of these movies probably it's the main one, like a character of the film.
Oh yeah, there are plenty of movies in here that if you went with just the scene, you could mention. You know,
like Joyride or something, where it's like you have
Joyride, a lot of different motels, or even you could pick a film like
My Bloody Valentine 3D.
I mean, you start right off in a motel there.
Yeah.
Run around naked in a truck plaza.
Naked as a jaybird.
Yeah. But yeah, there are a couple different ways to slice this, but I think largely, our films center around these hotels. So let's go back and forth, dude. Why don't you kick us off? What you got?
All right. I'm going to start with an animated show.
Oh my God.
You're the show guy. We typically don't do animated shit. This is one that I thought I could watch with the kids. It's more adult humor than I thought, but it's called Haunted Hotel. It's on Netflix. This is from just last year, 2025. Think like a horror-fied Bob's Burgers.
Really?
Yeah, let's say that. And so the story is a mom, a single mom and her 2 kids she had this hotel gifted, she inherited this hotel from her brother who left it to her. And he passed away. Well, he still resides at the hotel as a ghost, as do many others. And this show is so fun. It's really like, you'll love this show. And I only say that because I love it and I don't love animated shows. Like I'm not a Bob's Burgers guy.
Yeah.
I did Family Guy and Futurama back in 2006.
Yeah, I feel like anymore it's got to be really captivating.
Yeah. Well, I felt like I had, for this topic in particular, I felt like I had to dig in to a show called Horror or Haunted Hotel. So, but dude, like every episode is something different. Like there's an episode that focuses on Wolfman. There's an episode where it's, what's it called? The Pillowcase Killer. And this Pillowcase Killer looks just like Sack Mask Jason from Friday Part 2. And he's like, he has like a lawn, like the 4 prongs, like you dig in the soil. One of those. That's what he kills everybody with. So dude, it is a blast to watch and go through and just like see all the horror, like Easter eggs that they spread throughout. In every room, there's like a clown that looks like Pennywise. You know what I mean? There's just so many things to like watch and look at and appreciate. And the humor is great. It's called the Undervale Hotel.
The Undervale.
And there's just always things going down. Yeah. So the episode where exactly. And there's her son is named Abaddon.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So there's just things like that sprinkled throughout. The episode with the Pillowcase Killer, which is the Jason character that just kind of walks really slow. he is intrigued and attracted to horny teenagers, is what they say. Like they have a room full of like partying teenagers, so he's there creeping towards. But yeah, dude, really fun. The hotel's awesome. It looks great. You get tons of like, you're just in the hotel. You're living in there the whole time.
Better than Hotel Transylvania?
Dude, I would compare it to like that vibe almost. Like Hotel Transylvania is like a party in a hotel. That's like a hustling and bustling hotel. This thing is like, they're hoping to get guests, right? Like that's why the highlight of one of the episodes is a bunch of horny teenagers, because that's like pretty much all you're getting.
I would say one thing I would not want to inherit would be a hotel.
No way. Especially a haunted one.
Think of how terrible it would be to manage something like that.
Dude, yeah. You know? Yeah.
It'd be like, that would be a burden. And I feel like the merger and acquisition activity around hotels wouldn't be, it's not like you're selling a car and can do it on eBay. Like,
no.
To sell a hotel would be a pain in the ass.
How do you even do? You put it on Zillow.
Yeah.
There was in one scene, they're using cereal that's called The Great Guys cereal. And it's got like a knockoff Chucky on the cover, so it's just little shit like that.
So it's fun.
It's really fun. Haunted Hotel on Netflix.
On Netflix from 2025, right?
Correct. I think there's a second season coming out. Netflix doesn't do that often, so it's good if they renewed it.
Yeah, man. All right, I could not have a pick that's any further from this one.
Well, that's good. That is good.
All right, I'm going to a decade tweener, and boy, is this a weird one, okay? Back in 1981, little film called Basket Case.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude. When's the last time you watched this movie, Basket Case?
It's been a couple years.
Yeah. So Frank Henenlotter directed this.
Yeah.
Kevin Van Hentrick, Terry Susan Smith, Beverly Bonner star in this movie. And it's about a young man who's carrying, it's legitimately exactly what it sounds like. A young man carrying a big basket that contains his extremely deformed, formerly conjoined twin brother. And he's seeking vengeance on the doctors who separated them against their will.
Dude.
So that is the premise here. And this movie is exactly as weird as you think it is.
No, it's weirder than you think.
Yeah, and so the brother's name is Balil, right?
Yeah.
And he is a little curmudgeon. He looks like Krang from
exactly like Krang.
If you're going to tell me right now, this came out in 81, that the Ninja Turtles weren't like, ooh, why don't we just get that in a little dome?
Yeah, no kids have seen that, so they're not going to think we ripped it off.
If there are kids watching this movie in 1981, holy shit. So let's get in here. And somehow 148 episodes, all the bonus episodes we've done, probably another 100 there. So call it 250 episodes. I don't think this movie has been covered once, by the way.
Wow.
So we're finally here.
Shame on us.
Yeah, we've gone 6-7 years without doing this. But the seedy, rundown hotel in our film here is called the Hotel Broslin. Right?
Okay.
So it's actually it's a fictional hotel. It's not it's not a real one that exists. But it was a fictional, supposed to be like Times Square welfare hotel is what they would refer to them back in the day. So we've got
welfare.
Yeah, like a welfare hotel.
Okay.
And Times Square, I think we talked about this on the last episode when we were discussing Chud. But Times Square was not then what it is now.
No.
By any means. It was not a booming metropolis for commerce. It was
a booming metropolis for commerce.
For a different kind of cash transaction. Yeah, like not a place that you would want to be.
No. The Disney store was preoccupied by a store that had 3 X's above the door.
Yeah, basically every place there probably felt like the little movie place that the woman in the Howling goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, exactly.
So we got this welfare hotel though that the story sort of centers around. Our protagonist Dwayne Bradley, he checks in, he brings his basket everywhere he goes, comes up, sets it on the desk, and his little Siamese twin creature boys in the basket. And the exterior scenes and the lobby of the hotel were actually filmed using an office building that was somewhere else, and they used it was on Franklin Street in Tribeca, New York, and the service elevator they transformed into a check-in desk.
Okay.
So the scene where he's like checking in and the guy's like, no funny business here, you got to pay by the day basically, and it just feels like having this anyone that's your landlord that's talking to you like that, even if it's for the night. It's like, okay, you're in the wrong fucking place.
Yeah.
But crazy how they pulled this off. And I'm going to talk budget in a moment here. But most of the room interiors and hallways were built as a budget set inside the in an artist's loft.
Okay.
So they used a bunch of different locations, and the neon sign that blinks above the place was like a temporarily rigged fixture that they put in a like residential fire escape.
Oh wow.
So
Just
they
throw
did
it up
this,
there.
yeah, like on the cheap, dude.
Fire safety be damned.
What would you guess? So this movie, 1981, this came out 3 years after Halloween.
Okay.
What would you guess the budget would be?
I mean, it couldn't have been too much. I'm going to say 250,000.
I was thinking somewhere along there, and it's $35,000 was the budget for this movie.
Jesus. I'm
Think
so
of
bad
that,
with the
dude.
budgets, yeah.
But that just goes to show, like, you're in the quintessence of seedy 80s New York City, Times Square, which was basically uninhabitable. And this environment is basically like a halfway house slash hotel slash temporary living space.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the perfect place if you've got a twin brother, the Siamese twin brother that you're trying to hide in a basket. Like, this is where you stay if you're doing that, right?
Yeah. You don't go anywhere else.
Yeah. So comedic undertone though, like crazy. This movie doesn't take itself too seriously.
No.
The dialogue's like really wonky and fun. So he's going from like doctor to doctor to check in to see like what the state of the union is and seek vengeance, right? And the interactions he's having like with the receptionists and whatnot, they're just really quirky and fun. The gore, practical effects, story, all totally absurd. But again, the movie's a lot of fun. And I do feel like it's gone, I don't know, we're in this renaissance of everything getting a second look right now because of content creators looking a layer deeper.
Yep.
And I still feel like this movie has not gotten the recognition and the spotlight yet.
No, yeah, you're right.
I'm not saying this is the best movie ever. It's very, like I said, it's strange. It's made on the cheap. It's quirky, but you know, it's the production quality limits it to an extent, but it's seen a lot more. I'd like to see it have more success than its low budget counterparts, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like if you have seen what you think is every 80s movie, but you haven't seen this, get in there. And this would make a great double feature with something like Frankenhooker.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a fantastic one. There was a fun quote from the hotel manager. He said, "This isn't a hotel, it's a nut house," which I thought was fun. And one last fun thing I thought was interesting to share is doing research on this movie. I guess there were only like 3 or 4 people, like 3 to 5 people that were on the production team because it was done on the cheap.
Wow.
And in the credits when they're rolling, all the names are made up with the exception of those like 3 or 4 people that were actually involved in the movie.
That's insane.
Yeah. Just to make it feel like it's bigger than it really was.
What was that movie with the fuck? I can't think of the name of it, which is so terrible. The one with like the thing is in the dude's like
oh yeah.
Do a triple feature with that movie.
Isn't that an episode of Tales from the Crypt?
No, there's an actual movie where like the dude has that like thing in the back of his brain that like comes out.
Yeah. Probably
there's somebody
went on to influence Harry Potter
screaming about a
couple of years later.
Definitely. All right, so we're gonna go on to my next one. We're checking into the Yankee Peddler Inn.
Ooh, tell us more, man.
This is the Innkeepers by Ty West.
Man, what a setting.
This is
what a setting.
I go round and round with this movie. It's like the first time I saw it, I didn't like it, and then the subsequent watches, I was like, man, I'm in on this movie. And then like this most recent watch, I was like, yeah. I decided that the lead actress drives me insane just like towards the end, just like she like is quite annoying there towards the end. Either way, good movie. Great the final like scene is one of the best final scenes in an independent film like this, in my opinion. This movie kind of changed the way that I like my viewing has changed so much since the first time I saw this movie, which makes why I feel about it the way that it is because my take on movies at that time was just like, I don't know. I loved the classics and I loved watching like Insidious and stuff like that, right? The low budget modern movies weren't something that I really dug into too much. Ty West changed that for me with this film, and then some of his others. I'm a big fan of just the way that this movie unfolds. Like, it doesn't feel slow. I like the pacing on it. I like the way that we find out more and more. I like the story here, which is we have two nighttime clerks at this hotel that's about to be closed. Like two guests. You have like 2 or 3 guests staying here because it's just like, it's in the middle of this city. I don't even know where we're at in this movie.
It feels like somewhere
Could
maybe
be like Minnesota.
I got
Midwest.
maybe like coastal New England vibes.
Oh, okay.
From it even
Northeast.
Yeah, but it's anywhere USA. You know.
Yeah,
anywhere small town USA.
So we have our 2 main characters who are also trying to start this website about how the Yankee Peddler is haunted. There's this backstory about it where Madeline O'Malley, who was the wife of the Yankee Peddler, well, they say the widow, but then they say that she hung herself after being stood up on her wedding day. So it's like, which is it?
Well, she's a widower then, right?
Yeah. And so they take her body. She hangs herself in the hotel out of grief. They don't want, this is like in the 1800s. They don't want to let anybody know this happened because nobody will come here and stay here anymore. So they hide her body in the like storm cellar or the fruit cellar or whatever it is down there for like 3 days. As soon as like nobody's paying attention, they take the body out and bury it, whatever, right? Her soul's still in there, and the soul of some others is still in there. And it starts to unfold in a way where it's like whimsical and fun, but then it turns sinister really quick.
Whoa.
And again, we have this final shot in this movie that's just like, you have to stare at your screen a few times, like watch the scene a few times, stare at the screen. You have to get close. It's like one of those fucking pictures that you have to look cross-eyed at for 4 minutes, like from Mallrats. It's almost like that.
It's not a schooner.
I caught it today. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Yankee Peddler Inn has like this really quaint, like almost Amish vibe to it.
It does.
It feels like somewhere I would stay for sure. Like if we went to like New Wilmington, PA, like that's where.
Dude, I would stay there even knowing that it was potentially haunted.
Yeah, and it's not many floors. It's like 2 floors, right? Something like that. You have like this woman who's,
and they always have 2 people working, which is hilarious because one is always taking a nap.
Yes,
they have like shifts where
and
they
like stay. They each have their own room in the hotel.
Yeah,
that they stay in.
Yeah,
so it's like a fun vibe. Like there's one night where they're just like drinking beers and chatting, and yeah, I don't know. You could say it's a slow burn, but I just think it's one good story that should be watched in its entirety.
It has a charm to it, man.
It does. Yep.
And the environment's what makes it. It really is the setting. The town and the hotel in the town. Like getting there, I'll go there tonight. It feels like Salem-ish. I guess that's probably why I gravitate to that, because you hear stories about, witches and death. It's in this like pumpkin spice ass town, and it looks the way it does. It's like, is this supposed to be Salem, Massachusetts? So yeah,
and there's that scene when she goes to the coffee shop. It's the only time you're out of the hotel, really.
Yeah,
she goes to the coffee shop, and it's like, get me back to the hotel because this barista won't quit chatting.
And that's that woman. She's
Lena Dunham.
Yeah, also incredibly famous.
Exactly.
So
this
cool.
The actual hotel is called the Landmark Hotel, and guess where it's at? Torrington, Connecticut. So you're right.
There it
Beautiful.
is. Right there, buddy.
Or the Active Boutique in Newport, Rhode Island. So I don't know which it is.
Same deal.
Yeah. Either way, we're talking about the Northeast. Dude, it feels super quaint in this hotel. I would stay here.
Yeah.
Check me in. That was The Innkeepers.
The Innkeepers. All right. Great movie. Ty West. Love that dude. Good film. Okay. I'm going to go to not that good of a film. I'm going to pull Jamie Fabian.
Here we go.
So my next pick. Yeah. And by the way, we're trying to avoid some of the most obvious picks. So like The Shining is not going to be on this list.
I still know what you did last summer.
That won't be on here.
Love that hotel.
Psycho will not be on here. Those are the obvious ones. We've talked about those movies a lot. So, all right. So here's one we've not talked about a lot, and that we probably won't talk about again. So this came out in 2021, and this is The Resort. So have you seen this?
Yeah.
Yep, it's on Netflix.
But I did fall asleep. It was like you told me about it. I watched it and fell right asleep. So
there you go. So Taylor Sheen directed this, starring Bianca Haas, Brock O'Hearn, Michael Vlamis, and this is a story about 4 friends that head to Hawaii to investigate reports of a haunting at an abandoned resort in hopes of finding the infamous half-faced girl. Right, that's the object of their affection in this. That's the MacGuffin here. And when they arrive, though, they soon learn that you should be careful what you wish for. Yep, of course. So this movie was filmed in Makena, basically in Maui, in Hawaii.
Okay.
So this is a Hawaii-based film. The setting, the scenery is actually beautiful.
I bet.
The resort that this was filmed in was really an abandoned resort called the Makena Beach and Golf Resort. First opened back in 1986. So this place was like real. And when they do the overhead shot of it, it looks straight up like a... I don't know how they got the ability to shoot here, but...
It was abandoned when they shot there?
Yes.
Wow.
It was abandoned when they shot there, and they shot around and in it. So
you'd have to think it would be filled with like mold.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. It's like, how do you get a permit to film in here? I don't know.
Yeah.
But so it was called the Maui Prince Hotel when it first opened back in 1986. And I guess the place was huge. It's been since demolished in like 2018, 2019.
This movie was made when?
It came out in 2021, so they probably filmed just before it was demoed, you know. And since been demolished. But I read some details though about the locals thinking there was this lore in real life. We're not to the movie just yet. Of this night marcher ghost phenomenon.
Okay. Night marcher.
Yep, night marcher ghost. Particularly in this area. So some of those stories were linked to this place, which were, and I guess there was this like Ghost Stories of Hawaii segment that was done on a show called Into the Unknown where they talked about it. But yeah, so to pull a Jamie here, this movie kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
So
sometimes it fits the theme, but it sucks.
Here's what I'll say: the acting, the production, particularly the interior stuff, early in the film, like the sound design's bad, the lighting's bad, the acting's not that good, and it's just like, wow, this is really kind of a mess. But the movie's only like an hour and 20 minutes.
Sounds like that's a blessing.
Well, I think I figured it out like afterwards. Normally, like the reason I show up for a film is because of the people, the rapport that's built through the film. And normally that's like the aspects that I care about. It's like, is there something at stake here? Are these likable characters? Here, that's not really the case. And it's the inverse for me. It's actually later in the film, once it starts to get like quote unquote scary, I'm like, hey, this is kind of okay.
Yeah.
And I think what happened is all the filming they did inside this place, that's where they spent their budget. And then they made probably a 50-minute movie. They're like, all right, well, we got to add another fucking 25 minutes somehow.
Yeah.
So they were doing like shots inside of an apartment to like kick it off. And I was like, this is so bad looking in here. And then at the resort, it looks so good. So, you know, you got your standard like ensemble cast though. You've got your douchebag, you've got your handsome, strong, more caring type dude. You have your final girl-esque type personality. So you got this crew of 4. You know, they all serve their purpose. But yeah, like later in the film, once the tension building, the blame, the divide amongst the friend group, that's one movie they got like way more right than I expected they would based off how it started. So I really did pick this movie though for the purpose of the location, the hotel itself, the lore, the story behind it. It's cool, and the space is really like, I don't know. I look at certain spots and it's like, man, this has a history to it. I was just watching this video about Grandpa's house from the Lost Boys. It's this like condemned building in California, and I fell into this rabbit hole doing research on it. And it's like all these places have a history and they have a story and they have a personality. And this place certainly had one. So it was like a really cool place. I think it was one of those like, hey, we have access to there. We should make a movie rather than, hey, I have a cool story. Where should we set it?
Got it. Yeah, let's build a shitty story around this cool place.
Yes, precisely. And some of it they got right, and most of it they didn't. But that's the resort from 2021.
What do you think the budget was on the resort? I know you don't have that handy, but
probably the same as what it was for Basket Case.
Yeah.
Just
would you stay at this hotel
40 years later? No, not in the condition that they went to it in.
All right. Yeah,
because it was like condemned when they were in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm out on that.
All right. So that was what movie? The Resort.
The Resort from 2021, not to be confused with the Peacock TV show that came out just 1 year later about almost the identical thing and also entirely unrelated. So
weird.
Very strange. So Jamie.
All right. We're going to 2007 and we're going to stay at the Pinewood Motel, which just sounds fucking seedy and gross. And this is from the movie Vacancy with Kate Beckinsale, Luke Wilson, Ethan Embry, Frank Whaley, who plays the absolute creepiest fucking attendant at a hotel ever. Now, this is my selection that is a motel. Kate Beckinsale, Luke Wilson start off the movie driving. You can tell there's like, this is a marriage on the fritz, right? Like, you can tell that they had lost a child somewhere along the way. And there's just this animosity between each other that it's one of those riffs that you don't think there's any coming back from, right? Just anytime someone's trying to be nice, the other person's being sort of an asshole and the other person has to call it out. It's just constant, like, back and forth.
It's like when you go out to a dinner with a couple and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And you feel it. You're like, oh, boy, what have I done?
Exactly. Like bickering. You watch them coming into the restaurant, bickering, getting out of the car and stuff. And you're like, oh, God.
It's one of those moments where you're like, I love my wife so much.
Yeah, right. And then you and your wife are doing that on the way home.
And then you're that. Everyone has their day.
Exactly. So their car breaks down. They have this issue. They stop. They find this, like, where they stop, there happens to be this, like, shop attendant. And he's like, well, I could fix you guys up in the morning or whatever. And
well,
so they have to stay at this fucking seedy, shitty roadside Pinewood Motel. And they go into the doors of this hotel to go into the lobby. As they get in there, they hear from the back room just like a girl screaming. But you can tell it's like something that somebody's watching. So they're like, oh, this guy must be watching a horror movie or something. So they like ring the bell. He comes out. Luke Wilson's like, everything okay back there? And the guy's like, oh, yeah, I'm just watching a movie or whatever, right? So then they get in their hotel room. And as they get in there, like, they start hearing sounds and they're just like, what the fuck? So he goes up, talks to the attendant, comes back. As they're in this hotel room, like, again, they're just like, they have one bed, but you can tell they're just like, they don't even want to be in there together. They just want to, like, get the car fixed and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
He finds his VHS tape. He's like, I'll just put this VHS tape in, whatever. It's like this really, like, low budget graphic horror movie. And he's like, ugh. And then the wife is like, shut that off. Like, nobody wants to be listening to that. He starts taking a closer look. He realizes the scene is filmed in his hotel room that he's in.
It's like intruders coming in and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you find out, I don't think it's any secret here. I'm not really spoiling anything, but you find out that, like, this hotel, the people that run this hotel are
making movies.
Yeah. Yep. And they have, like, tunnels set up under, like, dude, it's pretty complex for these four, like, doofuses that run this thing. And Ethan Embry, of course, is involved. And you know it right away. Like, as he's trying to help the people at the beginning, you're like, this guy is fucking bad.
Spidey sense is going off. Yeah.
But the Pinewood Motel was totally made. It was a set, both inside and outside.
No,
two totally different sets that they created for this movie. And it's filmed in Santa Clarita at the Sony Pictures Studios. But they did a great job. Like, it really adds to, like, it feels like it really nails that back road. Like, do I have to stay here?
Yeah.
Motel. And it's so isolated feeling, and it's at night. They do a great job making it feel like Bates Motel or something.
Yep.
So they nailed it. They nailed the vibe. This movie is really fucking creepy. It's a good movie if you haven't seen it. It's suspenseful. And movies like that where it's not torture porn, but, like, the videos that they're watching are.
Yeah, this movie has more of an edge than you'd think.
Totally. Luke Wilson
and Kate Beckinsale in it, you know? Like, I always wrote this off as a thriller, and then you watch it, you're like, we're a block away from Last House on the Left.
Yeah, no, it definitely is more horror than thriller.
Yes.
So you're right. To your point, if anyone, a couple, like, hey, a fun date night movie. No, this is not a fun date night movie. You might
Or if you've done what I've done for years and years, which I probably didn't see this movie for the first time till a couple of years ago. Because I was just like, I poo-pooed it because I was like, it's not a horror movie.
Yeah.
That's all I have time for anymore.
Sure.
But it is definitely a horror movie.
Yeah. If you have not seen Vacancy, get in there. Directed by Nimrod Entel from 2007. This is streaming on, I don't know, Prime. It's free somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere out there. All right, great, dude. Good pick.
Yeah.
All right.
Would I stay at the Pinewood? No.
No, not staying there.
No.
No.
Especially like, I know that you have nowhere else to go. I'm sleeping in my car. If I walk in and I hear the guttural sounds of a woman screaming from like, if it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre and if it's not, right? Like, ugh.
Dude. So I'm not staying in the Basket Case Hotel. I'm not staying in the resort hotel, but I am staying in this one.
Good.
Get me there now, in fact. So I'm going to I'm doing a TV series, a season specifically.
Of course.
But it's only a couple episodes.
A whole season?
Yeah, it's only 3 episodes. So this is the Are You Afraid of the Dark remake from 2022, season 3.
Okay.
It's called Ghost Island. Okay.
All right.
It's only 3 episodes. They're each, I don't know, an hour, call it. So it's basically the duration of a long film. Yeah, dude, it's because it's tucked into the reboot of Are You Afraid of the Dark, and it's the last season, and it's unrelated to the rest of the like pantheon of the series. It's this little standalone, nice little tight pocket of cinema here. So this was directed by Dean Israelite, starring Telsey Hun, Connor Sherry, and Luca Padavon. And this is a show that's rated TV PG or whatever, right?
Yeah.
This season is not at all, dude. It's rated that, but it's honestly, it has actually scary moment. Like my youngest was scared as hell from this. This plays like a PG-13 as hell.
Okay.
Right? So,
I mean, Poltergeist was PG, John, so.
Yeah, and then you head to number 2 and you got someone door knocking looking for Bibles.
Hello?
We're making a joke because my daughter loves Poltergeist and is terrified of Poltergeist too because
that creepy man.
The door knocking man. But back to Ghost Island season 3. The reboot of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Pretty solid, actually. The first season, I think, has the kid from he plays Ben in the reboot of It.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got some fun characters, some cool characters. You've got your coming of ageness going on. But the hotel here in Ghost Island is called the Vail Island Resort. So it's a fictional resort, but this season was filmed in the Dominican Republic.
I like the name, Vail Island.
Yeah, very similar to the Undervale or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is a Vail Island resort. They did not, I guess Ace Entertainment did not want to state where it was because they thought it would impact, I guess the hotel thought it would impact people's willingness to stay there. But this is it's a real hotel. The environment's real, and this feels like your standard high end elite kind of all inclusive resort you'd stay in if you went to the Dominican Republic or to Mexico or to any destination
Puerto
like
Vallarta.
Yeah, no, exactly, dude. So the very similar resort style though to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. It's a little brighter than it was there, but it's beautiful. But the entirety of the story centers around this place. And it honestly feels like it could have been like the location for like a Resident Evil game or a segment of a Resident Evil game. Because it's sprawling and they use every damn piece of this place.
I love that.
That's part of the story. You're in the laundry room, you're in the kitchen, you're in the rooms, you're everywhere. But the intro sequence is really what kind of locks you in on it. You've got this cold open, you're on this remote, isolated resort island that seems to be in the middle of paradise, but I think the cold open takes place in the past and it's like Christmas time. You got someone listening to like a Discman or a Walkman or whatever. It's like years prior. It's supposed to be the 90s for the cold open. And I think he's talking on the phone about this new movie called Scream that's coming out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So dude, at this point, I'm like, fucking get my tattoo going right now. And you follow this family that's sort of on the run. They're in distress. They come into the hotel. This woman's got two kids with her. And she's like, she's been crying. It's storming outside, and they need a place to stay. And the guy at the desk's like, "We have no rooms left." And they're like, "Well, what do you want us to do? There's no other hotel on the island. We're on an island. Like, what are we gonna do?" And the guy's like, "All right, I'll put you in room 13, but we're not supposed to put people in room 13, right?" So that's what.
Got it.
That's the
forbidden hotel room.
Yeah, that's the nucleus of the story. Then you jump, I don't know, 10, 15 years later, and you've got your crew of friends that are going down. They're like either late high school, early college age. They feel young, but they head down for a vacation to this beautiful resort. No parents. They're just there as friends. They befriend this bellhop, and the bellhop's like strangely disconnected from modern culture and seems to also recollect his own death. So you quickly surmise that he's a ghost.
Sure.
And he's a character in there, but
in shows like this, they don't do a great job like hiding that.
No, but I also think it's like when it comes to children's shows, I feel there's usually some sort of point to everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to teach some sort of lesson. Yeah. And that is certainly prevalent here. One of the main characters is dealing with loss. I think her sister died, or reconciling with grief, all the above. And it's solid, dude. When it comes to like kid shows, most of the time we roll our eyes like, "Oh, cool, I got to watch more Good Luck Charlie or Sam and Cat."
Oh, God.
If you got kids between the ages of like 7 and 9, like that's the sweet spot for this, I'd say, if they can tolerate it. So that's Are You Afraid of the Dark, Season 3, 2022, Ghost Island. Come check out the Vale Island Resort, and I'm definitely staying at this hotel.
Yeah, it sounds like I'd be staying there as well.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going back to 2007. I just did that for Vacancy. We're doing it again, and this is a movie called 1408.
Oh, damn, dude.
And we're staying at the Dolphin Hotel.
Man.
I would stay at the Dolphin.
Just not in room 1408.
Exactly. So the hotel itself is actually the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City, but the lobby is from, and I don't know if you're familiar, you know this movie. I don't know the last time you've seen it, but the lobby is like, dude, get me fucking in there. Like, I would just sleep in the lobby. It's like all like cherry wood, like finished. And
I was just in this hotel last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the Roosevelt.
I didn't stay there. I was there for work.
The lobby, though, is actually filmed in the Reform Club in London.
So the hotel, I was not in.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait a second. So Samuel L. Jackson's office, where he's like trying to persuade John Cusack, like, please don't go up there. Like, I know what you do. I know your thing.
What a great
I'm
scene
telling you.
With that bottle of
dude,
bourbon.
So good. That bottle, like $800 bottle of bourbon. Yeah. So anyway, that is all from the Reform Club, which just seems like an amazing fucking place. So this is a movie about a writer who he goes like on location to these haunted hotels that people kind of submit and say, come check out our hotel. It's haunted.
Yeah.
He writes reviews, and then he writes books with like collections of these places. And he goes to this fucking hotel, 1408. Somebody sends him like a postcard or something saying like, you know, this room and the Dolphin. So he goes there. They're like, listen, we don't rent this room out. It's never available. So he like gets his lawyer involved. They fucking get him in there. Dude, the shit that goes down in this room and the way that they do such a great job selling it. So once he's in there, it's unmistakable that shit's really going down, and it's not. He's skeptical of everything, right? He's like,
yeah,
there's a hidden trap door in here. Yeah, it's like none of this is actually happening until it is. And watching him like his breakdown unfold. And like him just like cowered by the wall. I'm like, all right, fine. You guys got me. All right. His performance in this is fucking incredible. I'm a huge John Cusack fan.
Me too.
And he really nails it in this one. And I think the whole tone of this movie is fucking perfect. It's based on a Stephen King short story that was featured in Everything Eventual, like 14 Scary Tales or whatever. But yeah, I mean, this feels like a Stephen King novel. And it plays like one, and there's just so many haunting scenes in this.
Ugh.
And just like that, when he like loses his hearing and he's looking out the window, and the way that you just feel so isolated because you can't hear anything, and then there's that scene where like the half bald woman comes fucking death. There's just so many things in this where you're like, holy shit, dude.
I also think this movie's PG-13, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Which is insane.
Yeah, because there's some imagery in here that's not.
There is, and not only what you're seeing when you're in the hotel room, the tension that builds there, and some of the stuff you see that's super spooky, but the real life grief.
I was going to say
Stephen King doing what Stephen King does, right, man? Like loss of a child, right? And his entire existence has transformed. His character's existence has transformed into this whole like, I've lost what matters to me, so I'm gonna disprove anything that might matter to you kind of attitude. And it's sad and it's interesting and it's just it's a lot to unpack, man. And there are so many moments of real sadness and real fear that are introduced in this movie, and just a really well done story.
so good, really. I mean, this is a great fucking movie. This is the best movie on my list.
Yeah.
Maybe not my favorite, but it's the best. And this is 1408, directed by Mikkel Hofstrom, from 2007.
Man, great film. Great film.
Oh, he has a quote in here that I wanted to mention. So his name is Michael Enslin in the movie, and he has this quote that says, "Hotel rooms are just naturally creepy places, don't you think?"
They are. Fantastic pick. All right. I'm going to the 70s. 1976 to be exact.
Yeah. We haven't done anything too old.
Oof, man.
Basket Case, I guess, has been the oldest.
This is a lesser known film from a very well known director. So this is a Toby Hooper film from 1976 called Eaten Alive.
Nice,
dude. Neville Brand, Mel Ferrer, Carolyn Jones, very very young Robert Englund star in this film. And this is about a I didn't write this description, so a psychotic redneck named Judd who owns a dilapidated hotel in rural East Texas where he murders people who upset him or his business. He then feeds their remains to his large pet crocodile in the swamp beside the hotel. So,
when did this come out?
76.
So this was pre-Motel Hell.
Pre-Motel Hell. Not as much. Like Motel Hell, I feel like is pretty self-aware. If you're naming
campier, I'd say.
Yeah, if you're naming your movie Motel Hell, I think you kind of know what it is you're doing.
Yep.
This was I think the intent here was to be scary and messed up.
Got it.
Much less so.
Yeah.
And let me give you some insight to the story, because there's actually like some real history behind this. So, our opening scene, though, let me just talk about this for a moment, even though I don't know if I want to. Our opening scene is in a brothel, and the opening line of the film is delivered by the aforementioned incredibly young Robert Englund. And this is the line he reads. So not me, but him. This is what he says. And I'm pretty sure the first shot's like on his belt buckle.
Okay.
Which is obviously obnoxious.
Yeah.
The name's Buck, and I'm raring to fuck. That's the first line spoken in this film.
In the movie.
Yeah. So you know what you're in for here, right? So this takes place, though, at the Starlight Hotel, or Starlight Motel, which is a rundown establishment. And Toby Hooper was inspired to make this film because a real life place that inspired this destination called the Sociable Inn. So the Sociable Inn was a venue that operated in the late 1930s by a guy named Joe Ball, and he was a notorious Texas bootlegger. All right, so he's running liquor.
Yeah.
In East Texas, and he's notorious, and he's notoriously not a good guy, but he was referred to people or by people as Alligator Man, or the Butcher of Elmendorf, because he was rumored to act like the purveyor of our story here, which was like, hey, cool, you got a problem? Oh, you're gonna dime on me about me running booze? Dead and eaten.
Yeah.
So I guess that was like, and then Toby Hooper caught wind of the story, and seemed to be a Texas boy.
I cannot believe this was a real thing.
Yeah, and this movie feels like the way it's shot not too far off the cuff from like a creep show in terms of how lighting's used. It feels like you're in a haunted house this entire movie, but it's taking place in the swamp. It feels like almost Bayou, Louisiana-ish. It's supposed to be, I guess, East Texas. But it's all centered around this place, and you have people weaving in and out, like coming in and out to this hotel or motel, and then they're interacting with the Norman Bates-esque dude at the front desk, and then they end up kind of being eaten. And everyone has their sort of different story that brings them there. But after Buck's intro scene that I mentioned, you have this poor woman that's working in this brothel, and I think he's trying to like do some sexual activities that none of the people want to, right? So
he's Buck and he's trying to fuck.
Yeah, so she throws a fit about it, and then the house mom or whatever the hell they call her comes in and breaks it up and is like pandering to him, scolds her, and she's like, "You told me you were going to be a good listener, and now you're out," basically. And so she's like, "Fuck, nah, I got nowhere to go." So she ends up at this motel, which is where you find out the first showdown that happens and doesn't end well for her. But I remember one time, okay, so you're immediately, as she's checking in, talking to this guy, you're like, this dude's a creep. And I remember when I was in Atlanta for work with our friend Andrew. And we were at dinner and we had a really, really weird server. And Andrew looked at me and he goes, "What do you think that guy's bedroom looks like?" And I was like, "Dude, tons of tapestries and maybe skin. I don't know. It's probably fucking weird in there."
Yeah.
The moment I saw this character in my head, I was like, I wonder what that guy's bedroom looks like. And then you see in this movie what his bedroom looks like. It's not good, dude.
Is there tapestries?
It's weird as shit in there. So it is as weird as you think it might be. But the whole vibe of this movie is that it's weird, it's bizarre. They manipulate the lighting and the color. Like I said, it feels like you're in a haunted house. There's like deep purples and reds.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And it's offset in oranges too. And I was trying to find out where they filmed this, and it was filmed entirely in California. And they built sets.
Huh.
Like I don't think any of it was outside. And you feel like you're in a bayou.
Nice.
So they did a really great job of creating this interior scenery to replicate this crazy thing that they saw. But the kills are gnarly and frequent. Like I said, one by one, folks cycle through this place and they just keep getting picked off. And you've got your ridiculous motel owner, but you also have the crocodile who's equally as imposing. So
would you stay at this place?
Absolutely the fuck not, dude. I would rather sleep like hanging like a bat upside down
John,
from a helicopter.
I'm ready to yawn.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, John's not yawning here, buddy.
All right.
But that's Eaten Alive, 1976, Tobe Hooper.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to my last one. We already said this name earlier when we talked about Haunted Hotel, but the name of this hotel is the Abaddon Hotel. Dude, I fucking love this movie. We're just getting into the time of year when I'm going to be watching this a little too much.
What is the name of it?
This is Hell House, LLC, from the year 2015 by our buddy, Stephen Cognetti.
Yep.
This is the best movie of this franchise, in my opinion.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. It's like not the perfect movie. It's low budget. Again, one of those movies where it's like, this could be a lot better in many ways, but that's kind of what the charm is to it, is the low budget, the found footage mockumentary style that they do, especially at the beginning with the different, authors or news people that came in contact with this incident that happens. And so the story here, if you're not familiar, please get yourself familiar and go watch Hell House LLC, because it's that time of year. A group of young haunted house entrepreneurs open a haunted house in this old abandoned hotel in upstate New York called the Abaddon Hotel. The film shows us the events, especially at the beginning, that lead to the demise of this crew of people. And it's just this really fun adventure watching them get this place ready the weeks before opening. And then opening night is when all the shit goes down. And that's like the beginning of the movie is opening night. Everyone's lined up. Feels like you're watching the House is October built. Like everyone's just like chattering about going in, and they can't wait to get in there. And like, why is the line taking so long? And then we see the inner workings of this haunted house and the shit that's going bad. But dude, just the way that this hotel kind of is the main character in this movie, and all the different rooms, like you get so familiar with, even just like the door going in, and then those hallways that lead to the like dining area that's accompanied by the bar, and then you have the door going down to the basement, which is its own fucking character. It's it's really like, I don't even know when they made this, when Steven made this, if he realized how great he was incorporating this hotel and
Yeah.
the rooms, the way that they have to stay up in the rooms and stuff. Dude, I just, I don't know. There's something about this movie that I just love so much. And if I meet you and you tell me you hate this movie, I'd be like, I totally understand. I get it. It's not an easy watch for the average horror fan, maybe, but holy shit, do I love this movie. And I love the Abaddon Hotel. And we get a lot more entries in this franchise that like 2 and 3 are fine. I even like that fourth one, Carmichael Manor. But the fifth one, something was off there that missed the mark. But yeah, Hell House
this
LLC.
one's great, man.
And
Great
so
movie.
this is an actual hotel. It was called the Forest Inn, and it is a real structure. It's still there. It's a haunted house now called the Waldorf Estate of Fear, which would be amazing to go to. But it's in Lehighton, PA. Probably saying that incorrectly. But so like the movie, this takes place in upstate New York, but it's actually in PA.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's
that's
where it was
like
filmed, and
I think it's Eastern PA, if I'm not mistaken.
that makes sense.
That
Like Philly area,
yeah,
something like that.
Yep. Great pick, man. I love that movie, Hell House LLC. And as you mentioned, the season is right here. It's right in front of us. So
I didn't rewatch it because I was like, I need to hold off like one more month.
Great pick. All right. I also saved my best for last. First time watch for me. I'm incredibly excited to talk about this movie. Also from the 70s, which is not really a genre I typically pursue, or an era I typically pursue. But this is a film from 1971 called Daughters of Darkness.
What the fuck is this movie? I've never even seen this, dude.
I'm so excited to talk about this.
Daughters of Darkness.
Harry Kumel directed this. It's starring Delphine Seyrig, John Carlin, Danielle Omet. And the premise here is, while passing through a vacation resort, a newlywed couple encounters a mysterious, strikingly beautiful countess and her aide. Dude, what?
So it's like Dracula and
what
Renfield?
Better than that.
Okay.
Like, what a mood this movie is. So this came out in 1971. This is a decade tweener film. Right, that we're still in the throes of exploring sexuality and and all of
71. That's a weird
intersection of like vampire stories and sexuality too. So this movie is like very sexy. It's very
still Vietnam going on. So
yeah, it feels tense. But so it happens overseas though. This movie looks great and it has really really good production to it, man. Like I'm talking, this looks like something. Same filming style as like The Exorcist or Rosemary's Baby. Like it looks so crisp and it sounds great. And it's incredibly well done.
Were you watching like a 4K of this movie? What the fuck?
No, I'm pretty sure it was on like Tubi or something.
Damn.
It was unbelievable. Truly. I was like staggered by how well done this movie was. But the hotel of focus here is this historic hotel called the Thermae Palace Hotel, which is located in Belgium.
Okay.
The city of Oostende, Belgium. So it's like a grand in the story, like very grand, very deserted, out of season seaside sort of resort, I guess. Where like I said, this newlywed couple that encounters this vampire mystery that's sort of going on. But the hotel's huge, it's expansive, it's got this like sprawling, beautiful architecture. Empty corridors. It's got this like faded, like it's this Art Deco style to it. So it looks incredible. Like the place, even if they just had shots panning in there, like the bellhop standing at the desk, the lobby. They spend so much time in the lobby of this hotel. And it's like nicer than any house you've ever been in. I'll guarantee it. Of course, it's crazy. And I guess there was another hotel called the Hotel Astoria located in Brussels. Not too far away, but there were additional interior shots that were captured sort of to round out the film in Hotel Astoria.
Is this a foreign language film?
No. Okay. It's done in English, but scene setting, atmosphere is absolutely everything in this film. The physical, like just the general like grandeur of the place it just adds to it feeling like a really macabre, authentic vampire film.
Yeah.
It's like heavy drapes, heavy tapestry.
Oh, sure.
Like, it just feels
You have to
just
have
has
that, right?
that feel. Yeah, it has that.
Because of the way Dracula was filmed and the way that looked.
Yeah. But from the get, we hone in on these two newlyweds, as I mentioned. They're traveling out throughout Europe by train. And you quickly find out that they just got married. I think they've only known each other like a week, and they're like 2 days into their marriage. And the scene opens up with them.
Knew each other a week.
Yeah.
This Las Vegas.
Yeah. And there's clearly something going on because she keeps asking about his mom. She's like strikingly beautiful. And this dude's kind of like a derp. I actually hate him. He's a dickweed. Like he's a weak little sensitive. Like he's just a prick. Like he doesn't get his way and he's like beating up on her and shit too. It's like, fuck this. I hate this fucking
So he's
guy.
like a piece of shit. Right.
He's a piece of shit. And I think that's when the vampires are like, oh yeah, we got this weak little man baby here. Let's fuck him up. Which is like kind of, it's like good. Yeah, get him. But
it's like the werewolves taking down Principal, whatever the fuck, Principal Wilkins. And
yeah. So there's clearly something going on because he's being super cagey. Like you're finding out even before they get to their destination. She keeps asking questions about his mom, who's this woman named like Lady Chilton. She's got some manor she's responsible for, or so he says.
Sounds like a countess to me.
They get to this hotel and she's like, did you phone in to your mother or whatever? And he like goes up to the bellhop and he slips him like a 20 or whatever with a note that says like, say there's no answer. Here's your tip or whatever. So he's being really cagey and creepy. So as this happens though, these two like beautiful women check in like the next or later that night. And the bellhop, same dude, is like stammering as they're checking in. He's like totally knocked off his rocker and he's telling a story to this woman as she's checking in. He's like, you remind me so much of this woman that checked in here like decades ago, but you couldn't possibly be her because you look exactly like she did then, right? So like, it's very obviously they're queuing it up for what it is. But dude, it's a great film, well directed, well acted. This movie's over 50 years old. It doesn't feel like it. It's so sharp, and there are so many tones here about possession, manipulation, other factors. As I mentioned, the lead dude's a total dickweed. I really don't like him, but he keeps wearing he's wearing this orange robe. Dude, it's like a mini
Anyone
dress.
who wears a robe is an asshole.
And he's got these matching fucking slippers. They look exactly like the ones my wife wears, but they're bright orange. They match his stupid robe. Yeah. And he's just such a baby. Like he's such the moment he doesn't get his way, he throws some sort of tantrum and he like beats up on people, but he gets his comeuppance. But the color, the decor, the setting, it's just sexy and visceral and it's cool. This is a really, really cool movie. Daughters of Darkness from 1971.
Damn. Yeah. I've never even heard of this, so I'm excited.
Me neither. I've totally knocked off my horse on this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where can I watch it? Tubi?
Yeah, I think it was like streaming on Tubi and Plex. Like the free streaming platforms. So there's
some real shit ones out there.
Yeah.
You really learn to appreciate Tubi because of the simplicity. I had to watch 1408 on maybe the worst fucking app I've ever experienced. Yeah, I don't even know what it was called. It was so fucking bad.
Fuming.to and you're like, what? What is this?
Like if you try to rewind, you end up on a different movie. Like what?
Or the audio's out of sync and it's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Ugh.
Can I rent this for $3.99 somewhere?
Oh, dude, how about this? This is not horror related, but I just want to mention real quick. So I wake up this morning, I think I was on Reddit. Somebody posted that like, hey, this new Jason Statham movie that releases in theaters Friday is on Amazon Prime. And it's called Mutiny. And people are like, well, what the fuck? Isn't it a theatrical film? And they're like, yeah, like this, somebody fucked
uploaded it, yeah.
So I go into work, I'm like, I have to start work at like 7:30 a.m. So I put it on, Mutiny, get to the end, like the very, very end. Like I already know what happens. This movie sucked. Like if you plan on seeing this, I'm sorry, this movie sucked. It's like a very cheap knockoff of Under Siege, right?
Oh.
So anyway, I get to the end. It like stops, like it's like done, like they pulled it. Somebody figured it out, but dude, like somebody fucked up, yeah, and you can't even find it. Like if you type it in, it's gone. Like it doesn't even exist anymore. But yeah, I just thought that was super interesting. Either it was
like Walmart released some box set of something
early or something.
It was like, and it was super early, and it was like $4.99. It was like $5 for this like $150 thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but
we were trying to order it online or something, and
but they ended up emailing anyone that ordered it saying like, basically like, sorry about your luck. I refunded you. Fuck you.
Also, fuck you for trying to get us. Yeah.
But also like, fuck you, Walmart.
Well, there's that too.
Either way, very similar kind of story.
I was expecting like a knock on my door from the FBI. Like, did you watch Mutiny? I did. It sucked. Please.
I also know that tag's been ripped off your mattress. You're coming with us.
Yeah. And you smell like marijuana. Get in the car.
All right, man. Those are our 10 hotels. This was a lot of fun. If you enjoy the show, please do consider giving us a review anywhere that you listen to your podcasts. You can find us anywhere on social media at Horror Dads. A lot of more fun content to come. We've got another Sunday off the shelf on YouTube Live, so do follow us on YouTube as we collaborate with our buds. From
what are we talking about
podcast.
This week?
We're talking about The Lady in White.
Ooh, baby.
Perfect entry to the fall season. We're heading back to school.
Fuck yeah.
And we're going to be doing our stuff. We got Maddie Tobin coming back for another Hidden Gems. We've got Justin coming back for a Love Letter to Fall. We're going to be joined by another special guest for that one. And I'm pumped.
Get ready.
The season's coming. So
get your costumes out.
Yeah, we're ready to hang. But thanks for hanging with us. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.